Hey guys, welcome back. It's Claytano. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. And today we're going to be following up with the How to Rune series, and Chow is next on the list. If you haven't seen my previous videos though, there is every single monster How to Rune. Basically what we do is we talk about what the main goal to Rune Chow would be like. Also for newer players that have gotten Chow at an early stage, what runes that you guys can use, and then we also talk about pairings, where he's good and what he's useful for. Because you know what, I try to accommodate all types of players on my channel here. I like to accommodate, anyway from legend rank players down to fighter rank players that are just starting out, and then also the people that just want the entertaining videos in between. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we got a lot more stuff on the way. I post new videos every day. But let's just get right into it here, because Chow, he used to not be so good. He used to get a lot of hate, but then certain things came out in the game that made him a little bit more relevant. Also got a few little buffs here and there. But let's talk about his skills here real quick. So his leader skill, 50% defense for all water attribute monsters, which is really nice in certain situations. Then he has his third skill, which is a passive, gain immunity against HP recovery. Also gains 15% HP at the end of every turn. And the more HP that you have currently, the more damage he'll deal. So basically what this means is that 15% HP at the end of every turn. So if you have dots on yourself and you're about to die, don't think that that HP recovery is going to help you, because the dots take away first and then you heal HP recovery after that. Also, you can't get heal blocked, so you don't have to worry about not being able to heal yourself at the end of every turn, because you can block every sort of heal disability skill. And then he has number 2 skill here, channels burning rage to inflict great damage to an enemy. The damage increases according to the number of dead allies, so the more people that are dead on your team, the better. So he's better as a solo monster. The more enemies, or the more allies that you have dying, the more damage this skill Justice is going to do. It also has a super low cooldown, and you can use it every other turn. Now his first skill, Dragon's Might, though, is also very nice because it inflicts damage for 2 turns if you land a critical hit. So only if you land a critical hit will it inflict a dot on the monster for 2 turns, which is really nice. That's like 10% of the enemy's HP. So on bossing and stuff like that, not Necro, but Dragons B10, Giants B10, it's kind of, it works nicely. So let's move on to the Awakening here. Increases critical rate by 15%. So we just saw on that first skill, it needs crit rate. So the fact that you can have it on crit rate from the Awakening is super nice. It makes it a little bit easier to rune as well. So to speak about the runes though, you can rune in a couple different ways I've seen. And so if you're just starting off, if you can barely do Giants B10, so like that's the first one you're doing, I would say build it with some blade runes, build it with some energy runes, and you can either go HP crit damage attack, you can go HP crit rate attack, you can go speed crit rate HP, but really you want it to be pretty tanky. I would say if you're just starting out, like around 25 to 30,000 HP if possible. Again, use those energy runes wisely. Also go at the HP on one of the slots. I think would be the best option for you guys as well. And then also if you can't get a lot of crit damage or a lot of crit rate with going crit damage slot 4, go ahead and utilize crit rate slot 4 because it's actually really nice, and I would rather see a Chow critting every single time and putting the dots on and landing high attacked Justices rather than glancing every time and not doing as much damage based on just the fact that you're not critting. So again, it's perfectly fine to run crit rate slot 4 as well. Main goal at the end, like as you get into the late game or mid game even, I definitely recommend going Violent on Chow because of that low cooldown on turn 2 or skill 2, because you can, do it once, Violent proc, do your first skill, and then Violent proc again and do your second skill again. Not only that, but you also just gained back 45% of your HP, which can bring you back from the dead super quickly, super easily. And so Violent, and then the offset is really kind of up to you. Will is always a nice option if you want to use it in Guild Wars. Nemesis is also a good option because the more the more attack power or attack bar you lose, the more HP you lose, the more attack bar you gain. I said that completely wrong, but you guys understand what I'm saying. So the more HP you lose, the more attack bar you gain, so that way you can gain that HP that you just lost back. Does that make sense? Because of his passive. So Nemesis is nice, Will is nice, Blade is also fine as well. Really anything on the offset, it doesn't even have to be an actual set. It can be broken as long as you're getting the stats out of it that you need, which are, we'll go over these here right now, I guess. So the stats that you need are HP. They're also attack, defense, speed, crit rate, and crit damage. So you need, and resistance is also nice to have as well, and so is accuracy because of the dots. But yeah, so you pretty much need everything. Chow is one of those monsters that can utilize really everything because he's a tanky bruiser that does damage. So really you can utilize everything. The main thing is just focusing on which ones you want to have it be, you know, good at. So the main thing, I like to keep a Chow as a little bit tankier. This is not my Chow. This is Corrosive's Chow, which I think is very nicely ruined. That's why he is showcased in this episode. But yeah, 13,005 base HP, so it makes it really easy to get a lot of HP. Attack can kind of be on the back burner. He's going to do damage either way. As long as you have crit rate and crit damage, he's going to do damage. Defense is kind of on the back burner as well. You want to prioritize the crit rate, the crit damage, HP, and speed, really is what it comes down to. And once you have those, then the other stats are kind of just gravy on top of it. Because Chow, he's good in RTA. I would say he's really good in RTA. Even though the HP kind of nerfs as the rounds go on, he's still really nice because the more your allies die around you, the better he is at soloing the person. So good in RTA, good in Dragons B10 if you're just starting out and don't have like a speed team. He's good at putting dots on. He's also good in Giants B10 as well, doing a lot of damage, a lot of dots. Also pretty tanky. Survivability is really nice. Great World Boss monster. He does a lot of damage in World Boss. That's always a plus. Guild Wars, because of Guild Wars being more of like a tanky bruiser meta right now anyway, he's also really nice because he can potentially solo out the other team just by himself if you get into that situation. And he's good on, kind of good on arena defense. I wouldn't say that's where he really shines on arena defense. I've yet to see a whole lot of legend rank players get rank 1 with a Chow on defense. So I would maybe steer clear from that. If he's your only Nat 5, then obviously I would say put him in there with like maybe a Vermos or some sort of HP leader skill, because that'll just make him scale a little bit more. And as far as the Guild Wars type, you know, compositions to run with him, I would say try to go with more bruiser monsters, more healing monsters. You don't want him to be the only healing monster in the team. I would say Chasun's really nice for him, and then bring some sort of defense breaking monster would also be really good. Maybe a Tessarian with the Chow, something like that. Maybe Orion. Anything that you can do to get a defense break, because if you have the defense break plus the attack power boost from Chasun, it's really amazing. Maybe even like Wind Panda would be awesome, or Fire Panda even maybe at that point. But again, I don't want to give you guys too much like Nat 5s to go with it, because obviously if you're newer, this might be the only one that you have. Really good monster though. All those different places that we talked about also can do great in dungeon farming. Just set it as your rep and it can kind of just clear out a lot of different things. A lot of people enjoy Chow reps because they might have problems with their B10 teams. They might have problems with their B10 teams, and they can just run it in B10 with their other monsters. But overall, this is what you kind of want to shoot for. This is your Violent Blade set. You can see HP, a lot of HP substats on that one. Crit damage with HP substats. More just HP substats in the top there. And then you also have HP, crit damage, crit rate, little attack there as well, and then a huge HP substat as well. Again, I like to build a little bit more tankier. You can build it YOLO though and go attack, crit damage, attack. That's up to you though, again, of where you want to use it. Just make sure that it doesn't die before it gets a turn off, because that'd be a real bummer. Aside from that though, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash that subscribe button as always, and stay soupy, don't be potatoes, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye now. What's going on, Soup? It's Claytano. Be sure to subscribe for more content every single day. If you missed yesterday's video, you can check it out here. And if you're in need of some free crystals, you can click on this other link instead. Also, if you want to stay connected with me personally, go ahead and hit me up on any social media platform at Claytano, and I will see you guys tomorrow.